462 leads and only $1,730 spent in ads within 60 days. And they were a cost of $3.75 per lead. They were a business that sold metal buildings. So their average price for their building was from 3,000 to upwards to 100,000. So each lead was very, very, very valuable. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what we did to achieve this. So this client came to us that recently had bought that business because the previous business owner was doing it very old fashioned. They were just relying on word of mouth and they weren't doing very much advertisement. They were just waiting for people to walk in, and they realized they had to digitize everything. So that's exactly what we did. So we came in and we built their landing page, we built their ads, we built all their socials. We had to build every single part of their business for this to function, because that's what a lot of advertisers do. They just pay us, they just throw on some ads and hope for the best. Right there, you are losing money from the start, because when people are gonna click on your ad, they're gonna check everything. They're gonna check your landing page, you're gonna check your socials. So that's what we like to do beforehand. Optimize every single part of your business. So the first thing we did was we built them their landing page. I like to use a landing page structure that actually converts, because a lot of agencies and a lot of these people that sell websites don't know what they're doing. They have no idea how to build an actual converting website. They just build a website from a template they get and they just resell it from there. And if we're running ads, it's not going to be very good. So this is the landing page structure I like to use. So the first thing we want to focus on is the headline. Why is the headline the most important part of the landing page? Because that's literally the first thing the client focuses on. And right here, that's why we're gonna focus on the existing desire or problem, because that's the first thing they see. So if they open your landing page and they identify with their problem, they're obviously gonna be incentivized to continue on and seeing the website. The next thing after that is the sub headline. So the sub headline really works for what this really is about, and is this for me? So right here, it's like a 1 to 2 sentences. We're explaining what this is about. What are we selling? What are we promoting? Because this is the first part of your website. It's the first things they see. So we must be very, very, very clear on what we're offering. After that, it comes the identification. So they see the headline. This might seem like me. They see the sub headline, they might identify with it, but we need some additional parts to make the reader say, this is me. This is 100% me, and I need to buy this because I identify with this. That's why this part is very, 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 very crucial. Alex Hormozi does this phenomenal. He, in his websites, he makes sure he includes, are you a business owner doing a year? Because that's his focus. His focus is, when he's running ads, he's focusing on those business owners. So we must have an identification for whatever we're selling. After that, after they have identified themselves, we agitate their problem. We agitate the problem. We keep on hitting the problem. Why? Because we just want to increase the urgency. We want to make sure they understand the problem. And that's why we are going to increase the urgency by keep on agitating the problem. After we agitate the problem, we must come with a solution. That's why they should pick us. And how do we present the solution? Hey, this is what you were missing. This is the problem that we can solve for you. Here is the solution. This is mostly where the sell comes from, because now they have seen the product. They're like, okay, I have identified with this. I have the problem. They have given me the solution. But what makes me trust them? And that's why we must include proof. Proof is one of the most important parts of our landing page, because without proof, how could they even trust us? There are thousands of people selling the same exact thing. So we must need proof to remove any part of doubt throughout this client journey that they're having. So after we have structured the landing page, the next thing we do is we go on and structure the ads. So since this client was very, very local, we made sure we only targeted their area. So And since they weren't very, very big, they couldn't expand to a 50-mile radius. So we made sure a 25-mile radius, we made sure that we were targeting their customers and they were able to serve. Because if we increase the radius, we can get more customers, but they might not even be able to serve them because it's too far away. And then after we have done this, this is the campaign structure I like to use. So right here, we have our first campaign. For that client, I was running 3 campaigns. So this is, each campaign was structured differently. This is one of the main structures I like to use in my campaigns. So it's going to be campaign number 1. And we're going to, in this campaign, we're going to have different ad sets of interest. Each ad set is going to have different interests. So we're going to have interest 1, we're going to have interest 2, and we're going to keep one broad. What are the ads that we're going to keep in each of these campaigns? Since we're testing different ad sets and each ad sets have different configurations, it's going to be the same ads for this one, same ads for this one, and same ads for this one, because we're testing different interests. So in interest 1, one of these ads might resonate more with one of the clients, and the other one, it might be the other, and then the broad might be the other. That's why we want to keep on testing. We want to keep on testing. We want to keep on testing. This campaign structure is working phenomenal for me. And the type of ads we're going to do, it's going to be the outcome based. So this is the solution and this is the outcome that we're giving. And then another ad is the features. So why you should buy from us? Because we have these features. We try to focus on the features that the competitors don't have. And one of the ads that we 100% avoided was the price. I did not out. They kept on telling me, "Hey, we should include the price." I was telling them, "No, you should never include price in your ads, because then it becomes a price war, and you don't want to have a price war, because when it's a price war, we're just competing to the bottom. It's whoever can give the lowest price, and that's not a market we want to compete in, especially if we're investing in advertisement. We want to make sure we offer the best quality, and we're not competing with price." So with all of this system, we were able to bring in 462 leads in 60 days. And what happened when we brought all those clients? They were not ready for it. We broke their whole entire sales team. We broke it because they were not ready for that amount of clients. And they would never been able to find out they had that problem if we wouldn't be able to bring all these type of clients. So what did they do? They saw that their sales reps weren't actually doing the work. They were just casually following up, just calling whenever they felt like it. And a lot of the leads, they didn't actually close. They only closed around like 20% of these, which would have been higher if they would have better sales rep. So that was a problem that we found out. Since they only closed 20% of them, and let's say the minimum price was $3,000, that's around more than $200,000. I am 100% sure they did more than that, but I just like to keep it low to keep it a little bit more realistic. Let's say they only sold that, it's fine, because they only invested $1,730 on ads. So this system not really is only like, hey, we're gonna bring you these clients. It's like, hey, this system either breaks your business because your business is not built well, and that's fine, because what we don't know is broken, we can fix. So we can fix that thing that's broken. But if we never know we have that problem, it's just casually just killing our business. So now they know they need better sales rep, and so they went and looked for it. So now they're not closing at a 20% rate. They're looking to close at a 40% rate, a 50% rate, because we can keep on investing more and more and bringing them more leads, but they didn't need more leads. They need a better sales conversion. So that's why I like ads so much, because if we would have done only organic, the growth would have been so slow. They would never have been able to tell that their team was not actually good. So now that we have this whole system, now they're in a phase that we're just optimizing and throwing in more and more and more and more and more money to these ads, because it's just very profitable for them. So really, Any business that sells more than $3,000 has a ticket that has more than $3,000. There is absolutely no reason why they are not running the system. And any business. And if you see your neighbor or the competitor is like, why are they doing so well? It's because they are doing this type of stuff. They are doing these type of stuff and they're not scared to invest. They are not scared to invest. So I just walked you through how exactly we generated 462 leads with only $1,730. And the best thing out of all of this, and the thing we take pride in, is that we did it under 2 months.